Welcome to the Running with James podcast, where every High Rocks athlete, OCR competitor, and the everyday runner has a place. We're passionate about building a community that supports, building confidence that empowers, and building champions who rise. Together, we'll push limits and chase what moves us. Remember, when you change your mind, you change your life. Now here's your host, James Wyatt.
And welcome back to another edition of Running with James. I'm your host, James Wyatt, run coach, High Rocks coach, fitness instructor extraordinaire, owner of BC Fitness, surrounding himself with the best of the best. And today I'm surrounded with quite possibly two of the greatest coaches on the BC Fitness team, other than the other three coaches that we have, because they're great as well, and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. That would be, drum roll please. Very nice. Coach Lauren. I was going to say him first.
I thought you were going to say him
But
first.
I knew it was going to ruin my day.
You could have said him first.
Coach Lauren. Big L.I. The coach with the most.
The Emanator.
The Emanator.
Emanator.
Yeah, that's a good one, right? Lauren Inman. Give it up, people.
Guys.
Nice.
Thank you.
And then also, as always, the Don himself, Don Carlito, Coach Carlos. And I wish I could say Coach Carlos the way his athletes say it, because when they say it, there's a lot of respect in it. It's like, Coach Carlos?
Yeah.
Like, I can't say it right to do it justice.
Very quickly became one of our most popular coaches. The Doberman, as I've heard.
Yes,
Yep. I'm always being questioned, like with people that I've kind of given let you coach that I've coached in the past.
Yeah.
I'm always getting questioned when I go back and talk to them. Yeah. Like, well, Coach Carlos said this. Well, Coach Carlos said that. Well, Coach Carlos is doing this. And I'm like, I don't give a rat's butt what Coach Carlos said. What?
Keep the salt, people. Keep it going. Keep the
Keep it
onslaught
coming.
going.
Keep it coming. Please keep coming with those 5-star reviews for Coach Carlos
Yes,
specifically.
absolutely.
Yeah.
For the whole family.
You know, we're about to celebrate 8 years.
We are. We're
BC
coming up on
Fitness.
8 years BC Fitness.
8 years. This is, well, I guess technically today.
Is it 8
So
years?
August, yeah.
Wow.
August is 8 years. Before any of y'all came on, I think it was like 6 years or so. And had plenty of 5-star reviews. A lot of people say they love BC Fitness, but nobody ever calls me out specifically. They're just like, oh, we love BC Fitness. Oh, great coaching. Da, 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 da. But nobody's like, oh, Coach James is the best in the world. Coach James is so awesome. But Coach Carlos comes in 2 months. Everybody's like, I love BC Fitness. Everybody's so wonderful, especially Coach Carlos.
Well, now that it was just you as the face of BC.
Yeah.
Before,
So it's just expected.
It was just
They knew.
known that BC.
They only had one person
synonymous
referred
with
to.
James. So.
They knew if it was BC, it was basically
Yeah,
they're
it was you.
interchangeable. That's
That
what
was
it
it.
was.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, if you're a part of BC Fitness, feel free to go on and either Google or you can go on Instagram,
Going to the Googles.
wherever you want to go, and you feel free to leave a 5-star review for Coach Lauren. You can leave one for Coach Carlos, and if you want to, you can leave me a 4 to 3-star review. I don't mind. Okay, but just
Nothing lower than 3, guys.
be kind.
Be kind.
Be kind.
I would prefer only 5 stars because we have a perfect score, and I would like to keep
We
it
do have
perfect.
a really good score.
So I don't like it. I think I saw for Class Pass, we had a score of somebody scored us 4.1 or something
How
like
dare
that.
they?
And they didn't put a reason why. They just put 4 stars. I'm just like you couldn't give us 5? What was the reason why? Let me know.
Yeah.
You see us, we got this perfect 5-star review score going on here. And were you just trying to be
They're just wanting to become.
nobody's perfect?
Yeah.
Could be.
Keep you
You ever
humble.
seen those Olympics? All of a sudden, it'll be all 10.
Yes.
10. And then one
9.9,
judge, yeah,
9.9,
one
9.9,
judge,
6.
6. So it's just never know. People are strange.
They are, because there's always got to be someone who throws something in what is it called? The curve? The bell curve?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They've got to make sure they keep that curve right.
Yeah.
So we can't be that much better than everybody else,
It's all right.
because we got to keep things fair.
Perfection is not a thing.
Keeping us on our toes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfection is a thing.
Think
Yeah, it is. It's hard to attain.
it is very hard to attain.
It's hard to attain, but I mean,
Because
if we didn't get anything but 5-star reviews, we'd be perfect.
Almost
Well,
there.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying this person's here to make sure they know they always can keep working on things, even if they're wrong.
You're right. Right. They don't want us to get too big of a head.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, but I have actually been very encouraged. The High Rocks Run Club's been doing really well, growing each week, and
Y'all's Tuesday.
yeah,
Good job on Tuesday.
yeah, it's been fun. It's been really cool. So new people every week. And just some of the comments people are saying about like what they're learning, how they're encouraged with the community, but then also they feel like they're getting growth from it, like as athletes, competitors. So that's always encouraged because that's the point, right? The point is to build a community, build confidence, and build champions. That's what we're all about.
Yeah.
That's fun. I've just started coming out to recently. I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
I usually hate running at night.
Yeah, really.
I like to get all my stuff, workouts
Really,
done.
I prefer the evening.
Do you?
I do. Like it's tougher for me to do in the morning.
Really?
Yeah.
I like having it done.
Really?
I get my workouts done in the morning. So, but it's been a change since, you had me doing the double day on Tuesday. I enjoy it with the big group.
Yeah.
It's actually just kind of like mine's of Sunday.
Yeah. Actually, I was complaining to Karth because he was doing some of the lap with me. And I think it was like either my second or my third one. Like you guys were running because I was like, you were like, oh, I'm not going to run that pace. And I was like, oh, okay. So I guess I'm running by myself. And so there was like this huge group. They had like 3 or 4 or 5 people in their group. And so I come around the corner and they had just started. And so I'm running and I couldn't catch up to them. And I was running a little bit faster than I was even supposed to be. And then we get around the corner. I'm like, what the freaking crud is going on? I was like, we're running the same pace. Why couldn't they have ran with me? And then like we came around the corner and I don't know if y'all realized y'all were running too fast. I think you leaned over to Daniel and was like, oh, it's too hot. It's too hot.
Yeah.
And then y'all slowed down a little bit. But I had already sped up significantly faster than I was supposed to. So because I was like, maybe I'm just not running. Maybe the GPS isn't right or whatever.
Our pacing was, I would say, it was good. It was as far as negative splits.
Yeah.
But we were too conservative at the start.
Okay.
I forget what our time was, like 6:50-ish, somewhere. The first 2 were like bang on. Then the third one, we went a little bit hotter, and it was about 10 seconds faster.
Okay.
And then the last one, I was like, we got to beat that one.
Yeah.
And it was like 17 seconds faster. So we ran like a 6:25 pace on that last one. So.
Yeah, but y'all were running, I mean, for at least one lap, y'all were running like a 6-minute pace, bro. Because I was like trying to stay between 6 and 6:05, and I was doing a 5:54 to pass y'all because I looked down. And I was like, what the crud? I was like, is it the trees or whatever? Because I was so confused. And I was like, I didn't have to do this whole thing by myself.
No, it's our fault.
Was it 400 repeats or
800,
1,000?
Oh, 1,000 repeats.
meters,
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll tell you, dude, those shoes.
Oh,
You good?
Yeah, these aren't the ones I wore Sunday. These are the other pair.
they're the thicker sole.
They're the higher stack, but the stack is weird because like the middle of the foam is higher. So it's kind of like the Mizuno's, where it has like it's like a curve or whatever. So it feels it's not super crazy, but you can feel it just walking around or if you're running easy pace. But when you pick up the pace, bro,
is it like almost like a rocker?
Yeah, it's a rocker that's kind of in the middle.
Okay.
So like how usually like on your your drop will be from the heel to the toe. So usually the heel is higher than the toe box or the toe foam is, but this kind of like it has a little bit higher and it's highest in the middle. Right behind where where the pad of your foot is, so it keeps you like up on your toes. So, but the foam, man, is like super bouncy. The shoe is that one's lighter than the other one, and super comfortable. And that foam was like, dude, man, I felt like I was flying. Like,
is it not plated? That one?
No, it had a plate.
Oh, it had a plate.
Yeah, but like honestly, like and I don't know, I felt good, dude. I was like, dude, I'm feeling really good, and like I don't know if it helped my turnover or whatever, but I felt like my turnover looked smooth. Like my legs were I had a quick cadence. And I mean, I was pushing the pace on the last couple of them and like it was not feeling like I was like hurting or struggling at all.
Oh.
And I mean, it felt good, man. Like I mean, I don't know, maybe it was just like perfect scenario with everything going on. Like, like, and maybe the shoes did make a difference, but like, dude, I was impressed. And you know how I feel.
Yeah.
About, I'm USA all the way, I mean, I know everything's made in China, but like, I don't know, this is going to sound a little racist, but I don't know who they stole these plans off of, but they did a good job. Like I think they stole several pieces from other manufacturers to make this one thing, this one shoe, and they wrecked shop because it felt like the upper of like, kind of like the Alpha Fly Knit.
Okay.
Or that's the Fly Knit is what it's called. So it felt a little bit like that, but it had like the bouncy foam, kind of like the Puma. You know what I'm talking about?
Foam.
The nitro foam. It's what it felt like. but it had like the curve of the Mizuno. So it's like got these 3 different like elements all into one shoe.
Like a Frankenstein shoe.
Yeah,
They've just-
but it worked, man. I was like,
They look nice too.
Yeah,
I
they
like
were cool.
I saw the first ones you wore.
They're cool looking color. These are white too.
Yeah.
And they have like kind of the same color scheme, but they're legit, man. I was like, it's a shoe you want to put on, right? Not to run slow, but when you run fast, when you want to go fast.
Yeah. And you said they're pretty affordable too, so.
Yeah, I think they're usually like $250 because I think it's the like upper end. It's the Elite is what it's called. It's like the Linning, like Fabian or Fabian 5 or something like that.
Okay.
So it's the Elite version, like marathon, half marathon, high end racer. So it's like I think it's usually like $225 or something. But I think on Amazon it was under $100.
Oh.
I mean under $200. I'm
I
sorry.
was gonna say
Because they had like because I looked them up, and they had a coupon for like 25% off. So you know how sometimes they have that box, you can click the box,
Yeah.
and I don't know why anybody wouldn't click the box.
Yes.
But it knocked like 60-70 bucks off the shoe.
Nice.
So like it's a super shoe for sure.
Okay.
I always think it's funny when you show up to like any training session, but specifically the track, because there's so many of us, and you're wearing a new shoe. You don't ever say anything, and you just kind of go about everything normal. And then we'll all be sitting in drill lines, and people just like look down, and just the murmur breaks out, and everyone's like, "Is James wearing new shoes?"
Oh my God.
And everyone's like trying to guess the shoes, and everyone's like talking about your shoes, and like just it's like the gossip and all that. And everyone wants.
I didn't know my shoe game was that strong, but all right.
If you've got something new on, people are like, "What is he wearing today?"
Yeah. I was getting quizzed by one particular person quite a bit, and it was giving me a little tickle because I think they want to make sure that
They knew
I don't have any kind of
special shoes.
like a leg up.
Oh,
You know what I'm
gotcha.
saying?
Yes.
So I was getting a little tickle out of that. So, but the ones I wore on Sunday, they don't even have the name on them. Right? They just got that logo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And nobody knows what that logo
No
is.
one knew what that logo was. Somebody's like Mizuno. We're like, that's not Mizuno.
Yeah, no.
You had that second pair up for grabs.
I did. You could have had the best pair.
I know. I couldn't
If-
remember.
If somebody could have guessed, you could have had because honestly, I may not wear the other ones again. I don't know, dude. These other ones are legit. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I mean, I like that first pair because I used them on Sunday, but they're a little stiffer and there's not as much foam. So, like, you know, as the workout progresses, right, or the fatigue can kind of set in.
Do you think you could use them for high rocks?
Actually, I do because the
Think they
grip
grip?
on them was serious.
Okay, so the grip is good.
Yeah, they're fully. The rubber is completely covering the shoe,
Okay.
and it's a good grip. Now I haven't pushed a sled in it or anything, but I think you probably could.
Okay.
I think the only reason I wouldn't is strictly out of shame, like because I don't have a recognizable shoe on, like
Yes.
you know. But then I might do it just for that reason.
I was
too.
like, you then would have everybody talk about what shoe
Trendsetter.
is he wearing?
Yeah.
I mean, you set the trend of black shoes, white socks, and now you could set this trend of these
I
new
do.
shoes. It's
I
just
do.
a trendsetter.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna like purposely make sure that kind of stuff happens, just because I don't know why. It just gives me joy
Absolutely.
because apparently it bothers people so much.
Black shoes, white socks?
Yeah.
Really?
Even though the black shoes have huge white stripes on them.
No, I mean, like, I didn't know that bothered people.
Yeah, apparently that's old people stuff. But if I remember correctly, it was the black socks that's what made people look old. High black socks, not the high white socks. It was the high black socks because it was like you're wearing dress socks with tennis shoes.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Looking to take your running to the next level? Whether you're just getting started or chasing the next PR, my dad, Coach James, and BC Fitness have you covered. Join our in-person or online run coaching. Plug into our free weekly run club and train alongside a community that's built different. From High Rocks and OCR to daily group fitness classes at our Houston gym. This is where athletes are made. Come run with us, train with us, grow with us. Visit mybcfit.com and start building your best.
Well, that's like the other thing that makes you look old if you wear crew socks now. If you're not wearing at least like, or was it the no-shows?
No shows.
No-shows are what make you look old now. Those are what apparently age you. And
Yeah.
it's like you have to wear crew. I've never looked at someone's like socks and like use that to determine their
Their
relevance
age.
or
and
age.
how cool they are.
Yeah, never.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're pretty cool.
Because I
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell.
I think, no, you got the yeah.
I still see kids like 20-year-olds wear socks with Birkenstocks, and I'm like, I don't care how trendy y'all think that is. It looks dumb.
That's just
Sorry,
because
guys. It
that's
doesn't.
what old people would wear when you were a kid, and so now that's just seared in your brain, I think.
Maybe. I just think it looks silly. I also think Crocs are silly. There, I said it. Crocs are ridiculous.
All right, is that like controversial?
In my family, it is.
I mean, I
Lauren
agree
took a
there.
stand.
Yeah.
I did take a stand. That's giving my soapbox.
Kids in like
Stop.
school will like
Crocs are dumb.
are like running around in those things and they're flopping and breaking ankles and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't put it in sport mode."
Yes, that's what they call. My niece says that. She's like, I could put these in sport mode.
No,
Go.
when we drop off Alex to high school, the amount of kids wearing Crocs.
It's ridiculous.
They love them.
It's idiocracy.
Yeah, it's
100% idiocracy.
probably over half that I see.
My niece got a pair that are Crocs, but they are meant to look more like this, kind of like a heavy Converse. I'm like, so just go get Converse and don't wear this massive clunky like rubber thing. She's like, no, these are cool.
I don't even think they're comfortable. I have a pair. When we went to Disney,
No.
we went to the Crocs store because there was an outlet mall right by where our resort was, and I like to shop. I'm not gonna lie. So we went, and it was kind of a weak sauce outlet store, but they had a Crocs. So I went in there, and I was like, I gotta buy a pair. I just gotta see. And they had a couple different versions, and so one I put on, I was like, okay, this is comfortable, and it didn't look like the rest of the Crocs. So I was like, I think I can handle this. They've been sitting in my closet since we got back from Disney. I haven't worn them one time.
Not one time.
I wore them on the plane because I could slip them on and off. But by the time I got home, I was like, these are not comfortable.
Because the shame set in. He's like, I don't want to get caught wearing these.
No. I don't care about that. Like, if they're comfortable, and I'll wear them, right? Have you not seen my slides that I wear?
Yeah,
The
you do
ones
have
with,
your
like,
recovery slides.
with like the dead freaking
Elmo. Yeah.
and Grimace on them or whatever, or Grover or whatever his
Yeah.
name is. Like, those things, like I got them off Amazon for like $10. Those things are super comfortable.
I want to try those Kane recovery shoes. I heard those I see a lot of people wearing them. I hear they're very comfortable. Kane, get us the hookup. Is it Kane, right? I'm not butchering that before I ask for the hookup. Guys, get us the hookup.
Yeah, that's it. So, yeah. So I don't know. I just, I guess I am a trendsetter. I guess that's what I do. So,
What a burden to bear.
It is a burden. It is
Cross
a
the
burden.
bear. It's
Yep.
heavy as the crown.
The guy who has too many shoes. That
That's it.
is it. So,
How's everyone's trainings been going?
I think mine's going pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is everyone's clients getting High Rocks ready? Is everyone getting excited? Because we're now in August, so it's like starting to feel more real.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of races coming up September, October, and November.
We got
Yeah.
DECAs coming up. I've got a few people who have been working for with DECAs.
Yep. And then in October, there's the UT half and
Carla's
10K.
birthday run.
And then we also have several people doing the Chicago Marathon in October. So, and then November's High Rocks. So, yeah, it's getting to the nitty gritty now. So I think Sunday was a wake up call for a couple of people. Hopefully it wasn't like too discouraging because some people looked a little discouraged. Did you feel that way
That some people look discouraged.
this past Sunday?
Yeah, I think so. Just doing the exercise, compromised running with
Yep.
exercises. It was a little bit of a smack in the face.
Yeah.
Just on.
Like he said this was going to be easy.
Yeah, this is week one.
Yeah.
This is the intro of a block. Is going to be nice and easy.
Yeah.
But then, like you said, find out what your pace is. Compromise is a whole different story.
It is. Yeah.
Going in hot and then doing burpees. That's a whole different story there.
Yeah.
You-
And then doing one bleacher.
Lauren's one bleacher was.
I don't know what it is. The bleachers should be the easiest thing, but every time I do them, my quads are like, this is dumb. I don't know. I think I've got like trauma set in from walking up the Eiffel Tower. So maybe that's it.
What?
I walked up the Eiffel Tower because I decided not to take the elevator.
So you have trauma from it?
I don't know.
So that was a year ago.
So-
And there's trauma from that,
I
from
don't
a
know.
choice you made.
I don't know.
So every time you touch a set of stairs now,
Ugh.
you're taken back to the Eiffel Tower.
And I'm just
you-
like, ugh, it's horrible decisions. Horrible decisions.
The 26 steps up that.
a wise person once said, Lauren's exhausting.
It's more than 26. You know who that wise person was?
Yeah. It
Me.
was Lauren. She listened to the podcast last week
I said it.
and listened to our interaction. And she told me, she came and she's like, you know what? I listened to it. And I thought to myself, I'm exhausting. I was like,
I've never stopped James literally mid-stride.
I was like,
Literally mid.
we were running Saturday morning and I almost collapsed, bro. I almost had a
He
freaking,
was laughing.
I was laughing so hard. I was like, thank you, Lord. She sees the light. Jesus.
Now, will anything change?
Nothing's going to change.
Exactly.
Well, during our Patreon, she learned now about time.
Ah.
No, are we sure?
Remember she said, now I know.
About how long it takes to get from your house to
Yeah,
here.
she did say that.
Okay, but
She said, now I know. But that's,
I might
like-
just avoid your area from now on because the traffic over there is awful.
okay, but
Yeah.
That could be the only
never
way
mind.
I'm in. Take it back.
I take it back. I was hopeful.
yeah.
I was like, oh,
I think you always should have hope.
I do.
Always stay hopeful. Yep. So, but yeah, I think everybody's doing well. I think some people are a little discouraged because of things like Sunday. You know, I get messages all the time from people who are like, "Oh my god." Like they're looking at Instagram and they're watching the run group and they're watching, you know, stuff going on, and they're like, "Yo, you guys are killing it out there. Oh, you're looking so fit." And Larry, I'm like, "Oh my god, Larry." I'm like,
Everyone wants to talk about Larry.
and I'm getting messages like, "Oh it's like my splits on my tempo run this and my this and that, and I'm like looking at their times and I'm looking and I was like, "You're hitting the paces like okay, you're supposed to run a 6:10 to a 6:20 and you ran a 6:15." And the slowest one, I think like their last one was like 6:21 or 6:22 or something like that. And it was like a 20-minute tempo or something. And I'm like, you hit the assignment. You did what you're supposed to do. Like, you didn't fail. Like, oh, yeah, but I slowed down at the end. I'm like, yeah, but you were still within the parameters of what we wanted to do. It's supposed to be hard. So you're going to be challenged with it. So you're probably not going to be perfect. And if you are, it means it probably is not challenging you enough, right? So, like, just right now,
I think just as athletes, you feel like once you get that new challenge, whenever you've mastered something or whatever, like the previous tempo run or what you have, and you start nailing it, it feels easier. Then you move the goal line a little bit further.
Yeah.
And it becomes harder again.
feels like you never arrive.
Yes, and so it's like, okay, I mean, I had a similar feeling with my low tempo run. It was just a smaller one, but it was like, I mean, nailed my times. They were right on point, but I was still like, I felt a little bit tired. Like you said, you should have felt tired.
That was the point.
That was the point. It
Yeah.
shouldn't have been like, that was
Too easy.
Easy. I just, was talking the whole time, but it's just kind of getting used to that push.
Yeah. Well, I have, they listen to the podcasts. I don't know how often they listen, but I do know they listen. So if you know I'm talking about you, it's all in love. But we have this system. Y'all know I have a system. Like when you send me your runs and stuff,
Thumbs up.
I
Very
usually will
rarely
send.
get
I
hearts.
always send a response, right? Sometimes it's a question, sometimes it's a heart, sometimes it's a thumbs up. And so, I can't send a thumbs up to some people because a thumbs up is like a thumbs down. It's like a negative thing.
We've had this conversation
And
many times.
and I've had someone actually say, "Can I get a heart?" On this run, and I'm thinking to myself, "But I sent a thumbs up, so like that's what I meant." And but I'm not thinking of it. So like I sent them this week. They'd sent me their workout that they had done, and they were giving me some other information or whatever. And the information wasn't like bad, but they kind of had bent the rules a little bit. But within bending the rules, they did good. They did fine. They still were okay. And so I just sent like a thumbs up, right? And they're like, "What? No heart?" And I kind of responded back, and I was kind of laughing and saying stuff, and I was like, and they say, "Oh, I'm just joking because I know such and such or whatever." I was like, "Yeah, I know, I get it." I was like, "But here's what I think." I was like, when I send a thumbs up, this is the definition of thumbs up. Good job. You're getting better. Keep it up. Right? Does that sound negative or positive?
Oh, you're asking. I thought you were like,
No, I'm asking.
I'd say
Positive.
that sounds positive.
Sounds positive. Okay. Heart means you nailed it. Thank God you're finally listening.
Okay, that's not what I would think heart would mean.
Okay. That's what heart means. It means you nailed it. You did what you're supposed to do. And I'm thinking to myself, they're listening to what I'm telling them to do.
We're setting the record straight on these communications.
Yeah. So that's those are the translations of the thumb up and the heart, right? And then I was like, but what I feel like y'all think is, here's the translation y'all feel like. Thumbs up is, what are you doing?
Thumbs up is it's
What's
okay,
wrong
I
with you?
guess.
Did you not hear what I told you to do? You're failing miserable. You're like my worst athlete, and I don't understand why you can't get it right. Stop sucking it up. But I'm just giving you a thumbs up so that you don't feel like I'm telling you how bad you suck. So I'm really just blowing you off more than anything else. And a heart means you're the best athlete I have. There's none greater. You're killing everything. And if you keep at it, you might become an elite athlete. That's what I feel like in people's heads. That's how they translate the thumbs up and the heart.
Thank God I got a heart in my tempo run.
Oh, see?
Yeah, that's it. I nailed
Call
it.
the Olympic Committee.
That's it. I'm ready.
You're on your way.
I'm on the way.
I was going to say, just like throw a curveball for the person, for if you do need to ever send something, since you said you never send like a negative, you never send a thumbs down.
I have,
you?
actually. But I
mind.
that's actually what I told them as well, because they were like, I can't imagine what a thumbs down means. And I was like, well, I'm going to be completely transparent. Like, I love all of my lady athletes. Like, honestly, I really do. And I love coaching men. I mean, I don't care. I think everybody can be amazing and fast. And I have a lot of ladies that are faster than a lot of the guys and vice versa. But I don't treat the men the way I treat the ladies.
Because the women will read into it.
Because you can't handle it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I have to be sometimes I have to be a little more strategic on how I approach things and how I say things. Whereas, like, with Carlos, I just say, dude, what are you doing? That's not it. That's wrong. Let's do this. And the only person I have ever sent a thumbs down to is a dude.
I would like to add an emoji to your rotation.
Yeah.
And it just to, like, really throw someone off. If they didn't.
This one?
No, this one's even better. I use this one for very specific things. The one that's smiling, it's like the little smile, but it's got a single tear coming out of its face. Like, I love that one. That's a good one to send if, like.
But that means, like, to me, that means that you really are, like, you're so happy that it brings tears to your eyes.
No, to me that is like, oh, you're doing something, but it's not really what I want you to do. It's like
passive. Is that what you translate that one as?
To me, that is a very passive aggressive one.
I'm so happy
that I'm crying.
Oh, that is not how I've ever used it in conversation. It's usually a very passive aggressive
really
thing.
I would use that like, you're finally doing.
You did it
too.
You finally I'm so proud.
I send that to some of my clients.
Is this a generational thing? Maybe I don't know. People weigh in. If you know what emoji I'm talking about, it's a little bit.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what that emoji means.
It's the
like if you type in the word pride,
face,
that's the picture that comes up.
It's the little happy smiley face with a single tear.
Why would that be a negative?
And to me, it's just like it's a very like passive aggressive emoji. Like I don't know because it's like. It's kind of like the I'm fine, everything's fine, and everything around them is on fire.
That's not what it means.
That's what I.
It means it's pride. Like, have you ever cried? Have you ever been so happy that you cried?
Crying.
What's
is
it
what
say?
Comes up. That little one with the tear.
Yeah.
The guy with the tear.
Yeah. So you put in happy crying.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then I definitely see that thing very differently.
So that's kind of like that's
it might not be generation, just might be me.
No,
versus
that's the same level of
else.
insanity that a thumbs up is passive aggressive, when that is nothing but
anyone
positive.
Else with me here?
I
like,
had
else?
I'll tell you, kind of similar. You know, I started putting like a little Doberman on some of the like.
Yes,
reposts.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Just because of I'll post something and like I'll get Flo, you're so inspirational. Thank you. I'm not Flo, but I'll pass that on to her. You know, so people just think it's that person. They don't look, and so I've got a lot of. So I'm gonna just put something that's earmarked. Hey, this is the coach kind of deal.
Yes.
And I reposted someone's run, but I didn't put the mark.
Oh.
Hey, was that run okay? You didn't put the mark. I was like, I was in a hurry. I was just. You did amazing. You did amazing.
Insecurity is real,
You did
man.
amazing. So I have
real.
like, it's like, I promise you, it was just in a hurry.
That's
Your run
awesome.
was amazing.
Well, so the reason I asked about y'all's training because I know I've had some more people come up and that I'm training right now, and we are getting into competition season, and I feel like this is also about the time I hear from you that you get maybe one or two like good cry sessions. Usually from people because they're getting really stressed out about like an event approaching and they don't think they're going to do so well. They don't think they're seeing the progress. So
that's usually no more like November, December.
Is that more November,
yeah, that's
December?
cry season.
Talking amongst coaches, how do you help others see the potential that you see?
Hearts.
The hearts. So we have a young lady she's been at the gym a while now, but I'd still say relatively new-ish to all the fitness stuff, but she's really putting in the work. And I do a lot of her speed runs with her to help her manage them. And she's always kind of like wanting to be better. She's very much like, I want to do better. I just don't feel like it's getting better. I feel like my heart rate's always too high. And I'm always having to slow her down when we do like daytime runs and all that. And like, hey, chill out. Where's your heart rate? I can hear it in your talking, in your breathing. And she gets very frustrated at times. And then last night, she sent me a message saying, hey, I just decided to randomly like look at the data on the watch and comparison to when I started doing the running, in the run plan specifically, 5 months ago or 4 months ago to now. And the difference was huge. Like she said, 1 mile at like a 13, almost 14-minute pace. My heart rate was 195.
Wow. It's pretty high.
It was high. That's very high. And she goes, it's still a little higher, but she said, but now for more than 2 miles, it's at 160.
Yeah.
And she was like, I was just like, when I saw that, it was a really like eye-opening to see like that difference. I was like, yeah, I mean, it's still kind of up there, but you've managed to bring it down and keep it down for a longer period of time, and that's only going to get better.
Yeah.
So I think for her, like, And I'm always trying to tell her, like, you just got to be patient with it. Trust me, it's little bits. You're not going to even see how little it is. And then one day you're going to see it. And I think that was her moment for her. And she was very excited. And I think it was like I think it was the big confidence boost she needed getting into like now the real knit grit, getting ready for her first High Rocks.
Yeah.
To really drive her training and keep her motivated to keep going forward.
Yeah.
So like when you've got clients who like are just not seeing it, they're not like feeling like they're getting it. Everyone here has a different coaching style. Like, how are you helping them through that?
I would say it's more individual or how long they've been with me, where they're at, like in their kind of athletic fitness. Are they just starting out?
Yeah.
Are they, a little bit more seasoned? It just kind of varies. As they're starting off, I definitely want to be more encouraging. Kind of like same thing. Start pointing out the data. It takes time.
Yeah.
Volume is key. I always tell people, but it takes time to build that volume. So I might be a little bit encouraging, but as they start to go along, say 3 or 4 months, they start, and especially the potential I see in them, I'm going to be a little bit harder on them. As they start progressing as athletes, it kind of goes from more gentle coaching that as, I see their potential. If they need a harder push, it becomes more, I guess, not say stern coaching, but like, no, as maybe more detail oriented.
Yeah.
Like starting off, you definitely, do your easy runs. And, then when we start building some volume, start doing tempo runs, and then, really getting on the, athlete or client on, okay, now we start doing all the little things, the stretching. These are your goals, so you need to start focusing on nutrition. So it's getting a little bit harder, not just, doing a run and getting a heart, kind of like what you said. It's being a little bit more detailed. Oh, we need to drop that, start looking at more, we start working on that cadence. So it's always, you're always going to want to be pushing them more and more, little by little.
Yeah. Do you, do you have ever any clients that you've had for a while that like just they don't take well to maybe the more tough love? Like you just really have to, I guess, hold their hand. I don't want to say baby them, but like maybe more hold their hand, gentle parenting, gentle coaching.
Yes. As far as everyone's a little bit different.
Yeah.
As far as I would say kind of the workout James has programmed. A lot of us are doing it. The 3 rounds with the sled, and there's a progression to the wall balls. Not everyone can handle that.
Right.
Not everyone has able to, go from 10 to 15 to 20 each week. That's, what do we do? 180 wall balls today?
Yeah.
And it's not, it's a lot of wall balls. And it's just some people aren't there yet.
Right.
And so it's, at the progressed pro weight or over pro weight to do that many wall balls, not everyone is there yet. So you kind of have to look at the individual and determine, okay, where are they at? We all can still do the same workout, but we all got, different modifications to it.
Sure.
So that's
lower weight, lower reps.
Yeah, lower,
whatever.
Just kind of and I'm learning that as far as, a progression shouldn't be if they're not doing, they're doing 10 wall balls or whatever the workout is, and their form's not there, their depth. There's no reason you should progress them to 15 next week. They're just going to do 15 bad wall balls. Yeah. So it's kind of learning each individual and, where to push them. So it's just meeting the athlete where they're at.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, I definitely think each athlete is going to be different in how you approach them. Some you might have to be a little more gentle with. And usually you can only be like tough love or that stern coach with someone you've had for a long time, and they really know your personality. They know like your heart. So they know like when you are being stern, it's not because, you think they suck, but it's because it's what they need. Yeah. Right. So sometimes you do need that. Right. I had a conversation with someone, today actually, and they're doing good. They're doing great, but they don't feel like they are. And like they felt like not failing, but like they're missing like perfection. And I was like, well, you're running like 20 seconds a mile faster on these repeats than you were last year, and you're going further. Plus, you also have way more mileage. Last year at this time, you're running like 35, 40 miles a week. Now you're running like 50 plus miles a week, and you've been doing that for a while now, And so you've got higher volume. You're running faster paces. You're doing multiple speed efforts a week. So, I don't know what you're seeing, but like, stop it, because like you're being negative about something that you should be extremely positive about because you're crushing it.
Yeah.
And so we got to another thing. We were talking about like strength work or whatever. And I was like, So I'm going to give you kudos on everything you've done because you have done great, so I'm trying to like, talk you up because you're not doing as bad as you think you are, except on your strength training.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be doing this because we got to make sure that we're staying healthy, right? It's that accessory work. Plus, if you're going to do something like high rocks, once you get done with whatever particular race you're doing and that becomes your main focus, you don't want to get a surprise.
Yeah.
And I gave him the example of like Sunday. You don't want to get a slap in the face because it will be a slap in the face, right? So doing compromise workouts or lifting the heavier weight or whatever. So I was like, so we need to do that now while we have time to progress up so that, you're not just a great runner when we get to, high rocks time. So we want you to be a great runner, focus on the running, but all the while we're still working on the progression of the strength workouts, So, if that had been a different athlete, I probably would have approached that differently, so each one's going to be different. So, but I think you always have to be honest with them.
Yeah.
And you always have to be upfront with them, and you can't be afraid to approach, those sensitive subjects.
Yeah.
And, even in that, I think communication is always going to be the key and developing that relationship. So that coach athlete relationship I think it's really important. And the closer you can be, the more communication you have, the easier it is to have those kind of conversations.
I think you kind of hit it. What I was saying as well, the trust.
Yeah. They've got to trust that you have their best interest at heart.
Once you build that trust with the athlete, that's when things really kind of, really is a great kind of communication between the two people.
Yeah. And I think like as you're developing the relationship, as you're working together, PRs help build trust. Or like you said, the data.
It's the data's a success. Like
seeing
even
the
small
improvements.
success, for sure.
Yeah, helps to build trust. What can be confusing, though, is sometimes some of these athletes have short memories.
Yes.
And when they improve, they forget how far they've come. And then they get like these delusions of grandeur. Like they're like, I don't know, like they're like, they forget, like these are the ways that I got better. And like they start trying to do something different. And you're like, well, that's not on the plan or whatever. And it kind of like, that's where the struggle, I think, for me anyway, that's always been the biggest struggle is once people have a level of success, they're expecting the same return on investment. And that's not how it works.
Yeah.
There's a law of diminishing returns. So the better you get, the more work you have to get in to get like a slower result, right? Or a smaller result.
A smaller margin.
Right?
I would say to me, that's the biggest slap in the face when it comes to training.
Like what you said, someone's like 20 seconds faster, but they're really extremely fast.
Yep.
So it's someone's thinking of just starting off. I want to be way more than 20 seconds faster. I want to be like 3 minutes, which will happen if you're starting off. Your fast pace is 10 minutes or whatever it is. But once you get down to that 5 minute, 6 minute intervals, that's a lot of 20 seconds is a lot.
It's a lot. It is. The faster you get, the smaller the increments of improvement get.
Yeah.
So and it's not like you can't still get big jumps. But like what you're going to have to do to get those big jumps is like far and above, what you had to do originally.
Yeah.
So like most people when they come in, they're changing everything about their training. They're changing, how fast they're running, the volume they're running, how their strength training is. So you're having all these different elements that are changing. So when you're changing everything, you should see huge like results from that.
Yeah.
But once you've been doing that consistently over a consistent amount of time, well then there's not like you're not doing the wrong things. You're doing all the right things.
Yeah.
So you have to do more of the right things to get, those same results. So and sometimes, you have to do more of those things for an extended period of time to really see like to get a payoff on that.
Yeah. I mean, I think trying to think how to ask the question. You've probably, between us, you've been coaching people way longer. Has it taken a lot of trial and error for you to develop that coaching style? Because you're also kind of like someone's therapist sometimes when you're a coach.
I try to remain away from the therapy sessions.
You've had some people come in, and a lot of times in your sessions, people, depending on how long they've been with you, tend to open up.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Are you ready to unlock your full potential? I want to introduce you to the Fit, Healthy, and Happy podcast, a powerful resource to transform your life today. With expert interviews, practical tips, and inspiring stories, this podcast is your roadmap to lasting wellness. Here's what a listener has to say.
I used to struggle with my health, but this podcast changed everything. It's like having a personal trainer, nutritionist, and life coach totally for free.
With over 2,000 five-star reviews, we're a podcast you can trust. The Fit, Healthy, and Happy podcast, available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah, I mean, I probably go to it more because, I mean, I'm in ministry too, right?
Yeah.
So I come from it more from the perspective of like more mentoring, discipleship, like just trying to be a good Christian maybe, more so than like a therapist.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a licensed therapist, and I have some pretty specific opinions about how to do things. So I do find that in training, a lot of what affects people more than anything else is life. So like their home life, their relationships that they have outside the gym. So husbands, wives, children, work, those probably play some of the biggest factors in people like being consistent, sticking to the plan, because those are hurdles, but they're part of life that everybody has to deal with. And some people manage them really well and other people don't. And they become like huge obstacles in their way. And, you know, it helps. Like if let's say you're someone like, I'm going to use Larry as an example because everybody likes to use Larry as an example. But I'm going to use Larry because Larry's wife is extremely supportive. She supports him and, you know, she cheers him on. She goes to all his races.
She's cheered us all on.
She's cheered us all on. Yeah. She's been great. She's telling us push, lean, pull. Yelling at us on the rower, right?
Breathe.
She's shouting in my face, push, lean, pull. You know, he runs a lot of mileage.
Yeah,
and he works.
he really does.
He works a job, and he has to travel for his job sometimes. But he, you know, that means he's sacrificing certain things to be able to do all that.
Yeah.
But he still makes time for his family. They still go on vacations. He still has to travel for work, and he figures out ways to do it. So I think it's important to have someone like a spouse that supports you in what it is you're doing if you're going to be successful. If you're doing something you have a huge desire to do and your spouse is not like on your side and they're like always like, oh, you don't want to spend time with me.
Going to the gym again.
Yeah. Oh, you're going again.
Run.
You know, you're going to go run again. That can be challenging because then you feel guilty. And so you have these, so you want to try to establish, that's one of the things I do. I will ask a lot of times is like, you know, why don't you get your, significant other to get in on this with you? Like maybe they can do a 5K or maybe they can do this. That way you can do it together, or it's not feeling like, because I can understand if my wife left every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday to go run
With a bunch of other people.
with a bunch of other people and a couple hot dudes.
I was saying, and a lot of them without their shirts on.
Without their shirts on. And when she came back, she was like
Happier.
so happy. I don't know how I would feel about that.
I know. I mean, not happy because of the shirtless dudes, because running makes you happy.
Yeah, that's the point, right? But
Yeah.
and also the community and
Yes.
hanging out with your friends and stuff like that, right? Like I would probably be like, "What the crud, dude?"
Yeah.
So actually, when my wife was training for the marathon, right? I was like, "Hey, come run with me. Well, we'll go run," because we were still running, part of the Champions Running Association. Yeah. But we all a lot of times ran together because we were kind of toward the front of the group. And I was like, come run with us. She's like, no, y'all too fast. I was like, babe, we'll slow down. We don't run that fast. No, y'all too fast. Well, like every Saturday when I would pass her, when we'd be out there, she'd get there after we did. And like I'd pass her and we're always running with like a small group of people. And there was always like one particular guy that she was always running next to. I'm like, oh, so she wants to run with this guy. Okay. I see how it is. I mean, I wasn't threatened, right? Or jealous because I trust my wife and I love my wife or whatever. But I'm like, why didn't she want to run with me?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Maybe it's because she lives with me. I don't know.
She's done enough talking with you.
Yeah, we've talked enough.
Yeah, you've talked.
We talk every day, every night. It's okay, right? So, but we were still out there training for the same thing, right? I'm the one who ran with her during the marathon, right? Even though somebody else trained with her.
You want to share that time with her.
And helped her, right? So, I'm not a jealous personality personally. And I think knowing that I can trust my wife is probably a big part of that, right? And hopefully the same way the other way around. So, But I could definitely understand if, like, you're seeing all these pictures of shirtless people and hot people and sweaty people and, you know,
They're smiling. And
there's
happy.
huge smiles on their face, and you're over here at the house eating bonbons and freaking turning up by yourself in the dark. I could see how that could be intimidating.
Yes.
So if your spouse or significant other is involved in something, join them.
I was going to say, I do think you do a very good job of always trying to get other people's partners involved. Also because it, brings more memberships to the gym.
Well, that's
so
a
there's a win
positive.
there too.
Yeah.
But
I think couples that do things together are happier, and
yeah,
it,
I think
it
they're stronger
strengthens the
together.
relationship, right? And then also, I think for some of our single people out there, I think it's always good to see that. I was always taught, like, you want to be around what you want to be.
Yes.
Does that make sense the way I said that?
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
So if
Surround
you want to
yourself
be
with the lives you want to be.
right,
Mhm.
so because you want to see good examples of that,
Mhm.
you want to see, how do I get that? Maybe you can talk to them, right? So I want strong couples. I want people who don't always agree, but somehow have been able to figure it out.
Mhm.
And I want single and younger people to be around that, to see that this can be life. So we're always, like, pouring into one another. So it's like within that community, we're setting good examples for everyone, and we're still able to have relationships instead of because running groups now are kind of like the singles bars of the 2020s, right? So, or the apps, the dating apps of the 2020s. So, if we have an atmosphere where everyone's welcome and, married, single, whatever, but those single people can see what a good marriage or a good relationship can be like, and you can both be athletic and you don't have to do different things, but you can still go out and run with someone else and not have to worry about trusting, so it's like all these different elements. I don't know.
I've enjoyed Tuesday running with Gabby.
Yeah.
She started coming first, and then
She did.
I started coming to it too. So we know we enjoy it. We don't have to run side by side,
Yeah.
So it's.
I mean, she's still going to say something.
Oh, 100%.
She's still going to give you a hard time and yell at you for doing whatever you did. But yeah, she's there.
100%.
Building that relationship.
That's right. One yell at a time.
That's it. That's exactly right. Y'all just took off and left us.
Yeah, that's.
Don't worry about us. Don't worry about my heart rate.
Well, like she tells me, I'm not her coach. You're her
Yeah.
coach.
Yeah,
So
she
blame
does
your
say
coach.
that all the
Blame
time.
your
It's
coach.
hilarious.
I feel like, I don't feel comfortable when she says stuff like that. We're
That's so
like in the room. She's like, well, my coach says this. I was like,
Yes.
you ain't listening to your coach either.
No, 100%.
She cracks me up sometimes with that stuff. And I'm like, will you stop? No.
Yes.
Listen to your husband. Submit.
So I do tell her that.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm sure she likes that.
I would say, I can't imagine she loves that.
I'm sure
that
she
much.
loves that.
How about, so do you ever think there's an issue with, as a coach and with encouraging, you're obviously building relationships and all that, breaking that third wall? Do you think there could ever be like a negative to like being too close to one of your clients? Like but more of a friendship, like you develop a friendship, could that affect your ability to train them?
Hopefully we do develop a friendship.
Yeah.
I mean, I would think so.
Do you
I think the only time you would like be going where it becomes inappropriate is when it's like not like a friendship and it's like, what I'm saying? Like,
Well, I mean, I guess
that would be the only thing
not-
I would think.
I would say, I didn't mean like inappropriate, but like more like, do you think having your client turn into like a really good friend could ever like affect how they react to you as their coach?
I don't know. Do you have really close friends that you don't listen to? That like when they give you advice, you're like, "Pfft."
I'm talking to you. Why are you looking at me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
I would say, I listen to y'all. Do you see what I did there?
I wasn't even talking about us.
I know, but
I'm
you
just
see what
talking
I
about,
did there?
because I know you don't listen to us. So I'm
I do
asking, do
listen
you
to
have
y'all.
friends that you actually listen to? So like your best friend, your
My best
girlfriend
friend.
for years.
My best friend. Yeah, I'm thinking about
when you
her.
go to her, she's the closest person probably to you that is not related
She
to you.
literally does exactly what y'all do. She'll give me a deep advice, and she'll be like, "Look, you're gonna do whatever you're gonna do either way. I love you, and I'm gonna be here whenever it blows up in your face." I was like, "Okay, that's good to know."
So what you're saying is no, you don't listen.
You don't.
That's what I just heard.
50-50.
Yes.
It's 50-50.
Because I know you don't listen to us.
It's 50-50.
And it's just told me you don't listen to that chick.
It's
So
50-50. It's 50-50. It depends on the subject.
okay. What about you, Carlos? What do you think about? Well, how do you answer that question?
As long as they don't think it's for free.
That's awesome.
That's
so
amazing.
good.
As
long as you're
That's
still
true.
paying me
That's true.
to be
That
your
familiarity can breed like free.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's my problem is I do want to help people. And like, I honestly, if I could not charge people, I would. Like I would give them information and I would help them. I mean,
No,
I would constantly do that. But I know two things. Number one, a lot of times when you don't put skin in the game, like when you don't have skin in the game, like you usually like don't like it's,
You don't give it your all.
You're not giving it everything you have,
Yeah.
right? So you almost
For
have to
sure.
like put something in to have something to lose. And then the other thing is like, my time is valuable.
Yeah.
And if you think it's valuable that I'm giving you something, then like if you really do care about me, then you wouldn't do that to someone you don't know, right?
No,
You would want to give even more.
Yeah, as
There's a tip button, by the way, on the thing.
That's it. We're gonna start turning the screen around.
You need to do that. Do I need to show you how to do that? I'm going to show you how to do it.
I've
You can do it on
seen
your phone, too.
Oh, can you?
Yes.
Okay. Oh.
So just like conveniently when you tell them, hey, just put your information in and have that tip screen up. Like
You definitely
just-
need to do it after like your stretch and restore sessions.
Session
Yeah.
4?
You
Okay.
definitely
But
need
you
to
got to do
after
it like
session
the
restore.
Starbucks people do it. Like, and there's an option you can do whatever you want
We're just turning
And you
around and
just
say,
kinda hover.
hey, is this okay?
Yeah.
and have a button clicked.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
can do all the stuff without them having to look at the screen, right? Because they're always like, oh, just charge my card.
Yeah.
So when you go to charge their card while they're there, hold on just a second. Let me make sure it's all right.
Yeah.
All right, would you like me to send you an email confirmation?
Yeah.
Because there's that little button. And say, oh, and then don't feel free. And
Yeah.
you press the little tip thing and see what they do.
I'm gonna put them on blast.
Yeah.
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 Start tipping.
Yeah, because you get 100%. I don't get a piece of that tip.
You don't get it? Oh,
I get no tip, dude.
cutting the man out.
Yeah, you would be cutting me out.
Oh,
It's
wow.
like no tax on tips.
That's
Even freaking Trump ain't getting your taxes or your tips.
Tip your coaches,
Nothing.
people.
No
Tip your
tariff
coaches.
money on that.
Oh, okay. We're gonna start tipping people.
Yeah. So that's funny. Yes, that's true. So sometimes I think familiarity does breed like free.
But that was just a joke. Like I said, for you, like I do the same thing. I'll run with certain clients. Like Wednesday, we've turned it into a little trail run.
Yep.
So it's just for fun. I'm going to go out and run. You guys are more than welcome to join me. So that's
Yeah.
kind of same thing. It's not just about getting that buck kind
No,
of deal.
of course
It's
not.
like building a community kind
Right.
of deal.
How about when you have a client who you see what they're really capable of, but they're really having a hard time dipping their toes in, making the dive, like trying something new that they can handle and that would really benefit them?
I mean, I think that's only a challenge in the very, very beginning because once they start, stacking workouts and blocks, right? They start seeing it for themselves.
Yeah.
And they start believing it too. So that's what training does. Training blocks do, I feel like. The challenge is when you see something in someone, and you're trying to show them the way and they're not doing the stuff, right?
not
So when they
following.
don't do the stuff and they don't follow it and then they don't get what you say they're capable of, that's the challenging part is because you're saying, hey, this is what you can do. They're not doing it. So they're like, well, you said I could do this. And I was like, well, I also said for you to do this and you're not doing it. So that's the only time I think that's ever been a factor in my experience is just when they're not following the instruction of the plan.
Yeah. Carlos?
No, just kind of. It's nice when It's funny. I just sent a client kind of started believing. I sent them the Neo meme.
Yeah.
Starting to believe.
Yeah.
Kinda
They told
just-
me, actually, I think I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
They came up to me and said, I felt good. And I'm feeling confident. I'm going to crush this next thing or whatever. And I was like, who's this person?
No, exactly. I was like, it's just about believing.
Yeah.
And you know what? Here's what I believe. I could be wrong, but within the last couple of weeks, they've been given a little tough love,
Yeah.
right? They've been maybe forced out of their comfort zone a few times,
100%.
right?
Yeah.
And maybe given a little come to Jesus meetings.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, you were able to do it. And a light bulb went off and said, oh, maybe I can do this.
Yeah.
Maybe I can. And so sometimes you got to know when and who you can do it with. But sometimes that kind of tough coaching, that kind of get off, put your big girl pants on, let's go and do it. I think sometimes that is necessary because that's the only way to kind of get people moving.
It sounds like, I don't know. It is a big deal. It doesn't sound like much, but can't say can't.
Yeah.
It's
Rule number one.
It's such a big the mindset.
It is.
Once if you're battling your mindset, no matter what you do as far as training, if you have a bad mindset, you're not going to be able to get over that.
Yeah. You beat yourself before you even begin.
Yeah. So you
fail before
lost.
you even start.
No, so it's not being delusional like my mindset. I can go run 100 miles without training, but believing in yourself, believing in the training. That once you kind of get that click, that it's just like a light bulb goes on, and then like you said, workouts start stacking one on each other, and it's just, they start seeing the progress.
Yeah. I was telling someone actually this week in training, I was like, a big part of racing well is confidence, having confidence in what you're doing. The best I've ever performed in races is when I was confident. When I showed up to the starting line, and when I say confident, I don't mean like, oh, I'm going to beat everybody, but like I was like, I'd go to the start line. I know this is what I'm going to run, and I know I'm getting a PR today. And so when everybody else takes off like a crazy person, I'm running my pace. And then all of a sudden I start passing people and I'm still feeling good. That builds my confidence even more. And then I get, 3/4 of the race through. I remember a very specific race. I was an OCR race. And this is when it really clicked for me, is I had a goal in mind, and it was not to win. I just wanted to try to be, it was a super, right? So it was like a 10K.
Mm-hmm.
And so my goal was to try to be under an hour. Okay. Which is what I felt was pretty fast. It would have been the fastest I ever raced a super before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, then we get there and it was like a double sprint or whatever. Right. So it was like 50 something obstacles, because basically you did the sprint twice. Right. So it was twice as many obstacles. So I was like, holy crap, that means I'm gonna be doing way more obstacles. And so I was like, well, just stick to your game plan, James. So I was running, and I was up in the front pack. I was probably the top 5, right? And I could see everybody, but I was running my pace. And I'd get to an obstacle, fly through an obstacle, pass somebody. Get to an obstacle, pass somebody. And we got around for the very first loop, and we got to the sandbag pull, the pulley thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I had just passed the second place person on the barbed wire crawl. So I got there, and I was like, dude, well, I'm winning this race. I knew that. We still had another 3 miles to go, but I was like, because I felt good. Like I had not been running as hard as I could. I was sticking to my plan, and I flew through everything. And when I pulled up that pulley, he was struggling on that pulley. I could see like how he was struggling. And so when I put the bag down, he like took off running, because he's like, oh, I got to break this guy. So I just stuck to my game plan. We got around. We went over the A-frame to start the second loop. And we got to the very first obstacle, and it was that the box, the 6-foot box.
Okay, yeah.
So you jump on the box, and you have to go over a cargo net or what have you. And he couldn't get on it. I mean, we'd already done the obstacle, but he was stuck.
He was gassed.
And I just flew right over it, no big deal. So I knew. I was like, I actually had even told myself, I was like, well, I could just stay behind him this whole race, and as long as we get to the sandbag at the same time, I'm beating him.
Yeah.
But we didn't even make it past the first obstacle, and I was gone. And I was able to speed up, and that just boosted my confidence even more. And so I think I got to the spear toss, and at the spear toss we had about a mile to go, and there was a guy that was the second place guy that I had passed on the barbed wire crawl who came in right after me. And I was like, okay, this guy's on my tail. He's going to try to pass me. And so like I nailed the spear toss. He hit it, and so we both took off pretty much at the same time. And the only thing he didn't realize is that I had been running my pace, and that I wasn't running as hard as I could.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now we're at the last mile. My confidence is like at an all-time high. I'm feeling that like competition. I'm feeling that momentum. I was gone. Like it was over with. Like I was flying over obstacles. I was like moving. I ended up like with a 55-minute or whatever.
Oh, wow.
So I beat my goal time by like 5 minutes with more obstacles. But it's because, I stuck to my game plan, and as my confidence was being elevated, like my performance kind of started matching that confidence. And so like from that race on, like every race I did, I went in with confidence. Okay, I can maintain this. I can do this. I can do that. And so when I would get to the end and pass people, that would just be that thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think what a lot of people do is they go out and they're unsure of what they're capable of doing. They take off, they go out too hot, and then people start passing them.
Yeah.
And, they start feeling like they're hurting, and then people start passing them, and they feel like they can't hit the pace. And so your confidence goes the exact opposite.
Yeah.
And you start feeling sorry for yourself, and you're like, why am I doing this? This is so stupid.
Yeah.
And then you get to the lunges, or you get to the wall balls, and you get somebody who can't count, or you think they can't count, but you're actually not doing reps right, and you're there for 20 minutes, and then you finish the race, and you're 10 minutes past your goal time, and now you're completely defeated. So, confidence is a huge thing. So when we're going into a race, I think one of the things I'm trying to do in training is build the athlete's confidence as much as possible. And the more you can do that, then you use those moments of training in the race, and you say, okay, here's what the goal is. This isn't the goal. Some people you have to be like almost that plain with them.
Yeah.
So don't go doing this when that's not the goal. Do this, and let's do our best to stick with A, B, or C goal based on how we're feeling during the event. And then when they hit that goal, when they accomplish it, you get like this huge bump in confidence. And now they're bought in. And then the next training block usually is so awesome because like then they're like, what do I do, coach?
Yeah.
Tell me what to do, coach. Yeah, I'm putty. Just mold me.
Mold, yeah.
So that's when I think it all clicks and it becomes really awesome.
Yeah, the beauty of being a coach.
No, it's no better feeling, like you said. I've done both. I've done a race where I've struggled over that finish line versus doing one where you maybe have a little bit less left in the gas tank because you paced yourself, but you really pushed hard. It's like completely different feeling at ends of races. So it does boost the confidence, like you said, running a good race and pacing yourself.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I hope that the athlete you're talking about is super encouraged.
I think she is.
Yeah.
I think she's very, very excited, and I think she's looking even more forward to her first High Rocks in Dallas because I think she's starting to realize like she can really like go for it and like give her absolute best effort.
Yeah, I think so for sure. And what's cool is this is her first one.
Yeah.
So no matter what, she gets a PR.
She gets PR. She's
Right.
going to be starting.
And she's going to learn a lot. And then the next one she does will be even better, especially as she's training for it. So I think the sky is really the limit. So it's a fun time. It's a great time. We're really seeing a great group come together, and it's cool to see people buying into the training philosophies, and they're seeing some results. So I think the message we're preaching is starting to hit home with people. So I'm excited to see, like how the year's going to go.
I mean, it's like I said, about to be August, and the groups are Sunday. High Rocks is really big
group.
Yep.
and Tuesday is starting to grow as well.
Yep.
So I mean, Sunday were we pushing close to 50?
I think so.
Is it somewhere around there?
Yeah,
Pretty big group.
So it's
Yeah.
pretty good. So it's exciting. So, wherever you're at, if you're in Houston, you're welcome to come join us. The BC High Rocks Run Club is free for anybody to come and run and be a part. We meet on Tuesdays at Memorial Park at 7 p.m. We meet Saturday mornings at 7 a.m. at the YMCA on 249, and then on Sunday afternoons at 5 p.m. for track workout at the Klein Memorial Stadium. So you can go to mybcfitness.com, get all the information, sign up. And like I said, it's free to join. And if you become a part of the High Rocks Run Club, you also get in on any kind of special things that are going on. So that includes we get early access as an affiliate, as a High Rocks training facility to all High Rocks races. And so if you're a part of our crew, you get that early access as well. If you're not and you don't sign up,
You get that general public.
you got that
access?
general public, you get no VIP treatment. So I believe they used to say membership has its privileges.
Yeah,
right?
we are now in that age where you want to be in that affiliate.
Yeah,
If
for
you
sure.
want a chance at getting in that race.
Yeah. So they released a lot of dates this year. I'm glad they released the calendar for the most part, so we can plan a little bit better. But yeah, come be a part of us. And if you're not here in Houston, still hook up with us. Follow us on Instagram and on Facebook, all that good stuff. So you can go Running with James, obviously, to follow the show and all that content. You can also go to MyBCFit to follow us on Instagram, what the gym's doing. And you can check out Lauren at Backyard Bohemian, this guy, Coach Carlos Los 200, and then me, BC Coach James. So we love to connect with you. Send us DMs if you have questions. We always will answer those. You can email me at JamesMyBCFit. If you have a direct question, I'd love to give you any information. And it's free. I won't even charge you. That's how I am.
How
Wow.
generous.
I know.
it is.
I'm amazing. You know what I'll do? I'll send you a thumbs up.
Oh, give them
That would be
heart.
cold-blooded. If
That's
somebody
cold-blooded.
emailed me and I just sent them a thumbs up, just try it and see what happens.
Yes.
I'm just
Also, I want to know. I want to know. Are there people with me on this emoji thing? Happy face, happy crying thing.
No.
nobody is.
No.
I'm gonna find out. It's going on the Instagrams.
Please do.
Yeah.
Because I'm interested as well. And maybe it's a lady guy thing.
Could be.
Could be. Maybe
Yeah.
you're seeing the glass half empty and we're seeing it half glass full
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
type situation.
We'll see.
But I'm pretty sure
It could be the.
it's like
I could be the minority.
a proud,
here.
happy, crying. I'm so happy I'm crying situation. It's a single tear of happiness.
Wow.
And I feel like you're really like grasping at straws for your definition.
I might.
Yeah.
Like I said, I just see this is fine with all the fire.
Okay, check out that post and you let us know. You let us know.
Let the people vote.
Either give a thumbs up or a heart. If you agree, that's a heart. If you disagree, thumbs up.
Passive aggressive.
Yeah,
Right? Because apparently that makes sense.
because that's
No. All right, guys. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate you as always. And if you have the ability, you can go on to patreon.com/runningwithjames to be a Patreon member. You get extra content and some cool stuff at the end of the year. So remember, as always, if you can change your mind,
You change your life.
peace out.
Bye.
Change your mind, change your life.